Hey, core reporters. It seems as though Amber Portwood's estranged fiance has been tracked down to New Mexico, which I will be covering in a separate story once I get some more information on that situation. But I have been meaning to run this story for you guys, and it's that Amber's former Teen Mom OG co star Farrah Abraham actually claimed that Amber's fiance Gary was not actually a missing person. She said that he just did the ultimate form of ghosting. So basically, she posted Gary Shirley, so Amber's original Gary, to her Instagram stories. He had initially made a post saying that we are trying to find Gary, like help find him, SOS. And when Farrah posted it, she added a caption that was very shady and read as follows: "How do I get out of an engagement? Go missing." Farrah, you are so messy, but girl, I don't blame you after the way that Amber tried to put her paws on you on that reunion special when all you were trying to do was warn her about her grifting, scamming, serial breeding, creepy boyfriend Matthew at the time. Remember, you guys, that explosive thing when that happened? Then Farrah's father, oh, it was Michael, sorry. Michael came out to defend her, and then Matt came and, shoved him off the stage, basically, right? So I would still be holding a grudge against that, too. And I low key think that Farrah is telling the truth. It seems as though Gary was done with this relationship, and he decided to just up and leave. And I don't blame him. Amber is a very, very exclusive person. We have seen that on the shows for several years, and her criminal history speaks for itself as well. She has a history of TV, and the fact that she lost custody of both of her children should also speak to her volatility, right? So, and sometimes when you are dealing in cases like that, when you are with someone who is just so explosive, so aggressive, so unpredictable, the best and safest thing that you can do is to make your escape. And when you escape, you unfortunately do not typically get to leave with everything. You just leave with the most important essential things. And for Gary, the most important and essential things for him were his wallet and his car keys, and that's it. And when you now think about it in that perspective, it makes you all the more kind of like, sad for him that he had to leave in that way, leaving his phone behind and everything. I know some people left comments in some of my other videos updating you about the situation, saying that, perhaps Gary left his phone because Amber thought he would never leave without his phone. Maybe she withheld it and said, no, I'm not going to give you back your phone. Stay here, stay here. And then he just took the opportunity to escape and say, you know what? It sucks to not have my phone. You guys, like the amount of stuff we have on our phones, right? Like you've got all of your contacts on there. You've got all of your messages, your photos, your videos. Like there's so many things. Your notes app has so much information. Your calendar, just a lot of things where if your, phone is not regularly backed up, you're going to lose those things, right? And my phone is not regularly backed up. I will be the first to admit it. And so this has happened to me twice where I lost WhatsApp conversations or certain things, that were not saved. So the fact that Gary was willing to lose all those things, right? Just to potentially get away from this woman. I don't doubt that something very extreme went down, and I really hope that he feels safe enough to speak up and to speak out about the situation. I know that Amber went to YouTube. She was on LB's channel. And it was very strange the way that she was speaking because all she did was get on, do her typical sobbing with no tears. And instead of like just worrying about Gary, she spent the first while of her chat trying to clear her own name. She's like, I just want you guys to not suspect me. I've never been aggressive with him. He's so big. I've never I've never put a hand on him. I would never look at the size difference. Amber, look at the size difference between you and Gary Shirley, like the weight difference between the two of you. And you were popping him in the side of the head and trying to kick him downstairs. We remember Andrew, he was a freaking giant. What was he, like 7'23" or something like that? And what did you do? The same thing, girl. So like the fact that that's what she wanted to go on and clear the air about, and then trying to find this man was secondary. To me, that was already telling, and I'm happy that Gary is, safe. And, he doesn't owe us, the public, anything. But it would be nice to see him speak up and speak out because I feel like the more men speak out, the more that awareness is raised for male victims of domestic violence, because at the end of the day, men can be victims of domestic violence as well. There's a lot of stigma, there's a lot of shame attached with it, there's a lot of disbelief attached with it as well. But I feel like the more, victims speak out, the more visible this cause and this situation can be, right? The less stigma attached for other men who fall victim to DV. But I digress. Anyway, listen, Farah, you were shady for that post, but like I said, I do not blame you for making it. I would have done the same thing after the way Miss Girl tried to claw you on the Teen Mom reunion stage. But I digress. Guys, listen, I'm gonna go out for a walk. Every afternoon I go out for a little hot girl walk with my girl. I got this little doggy, her name is Teva, and we love to go out. And when I get back, I will do some research on Gary Wayt being found in New Mexico. And we'll talk about that in another video. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, so we can get down to business on that and other stories as well. Okay, you guys, take good care of yourselves, and we'll talk later. Bye.